What is up, everybody? Today we're looking at how to multiply and divide by 10, 100 and 1000. Let's begin. Okay, so we've got these three sets of questions here. They're going to get progressively more challenging as we go along. So let's first of all think about how we're going to do this and what we're going to use to help us. Well, we're going to start to think about our place value chart, and I've got one here for us now. And in our place value chart, you can see we have our ones, our tens, hundreds and thousands, and we could obviously keep going further and further that way forever. And then we have our decimal place, and we have values less than a decimal. So we have our 10th row, our hundredths and our thousandths. Okay, so we're going to look at our first question. Our first question says 5.6 multiplied by 10. So the first thing to do is put our number into the correct places on the place value chart. And I can see that in my 5.6 I have 5 ones, a decimal, and then 6 tenths. And then all we're going to do is multiply it by 10. So we're going to be making this number 10 times larger. And what we should know about our place value chart is every single jump and every single column in our place value chart is 10 times larger than the one before it. So if we're multiplying by 10, we only have to move our digits one place. And we get a little hint with that because we have 1, 0 in 10. And which way we're going to move? Well, we know we're going to be moving up the place value chart to the left because we're getting a larger value, timesing. So here we go, let's start. I'm going to move my 5 one position here. I'm going to move my 6 one position here. And I'm going to put my decimal point back just for the sake of it. So now I can see that my answer to 5.6 times 10 equals 56. Okay, and let's look how it can help us with division as well. So my next question says 5.30 divided by 10. So the first thing to do is put our numbers in the correct place, and 5.30 is 5 ones, my decimal, 3 tenths and 0 hundredths. And again, we're dividing by 10, so I'm only going to be moving one place, but this time I'm actually going to be moving my digits down the place value chart because I'm dividing, so therefore my answers are going to be getting smaller. So here we go, let's move them one place. My 5 now comes into the tenths column, my 3 goes into the hundreds column, and my 0 goes into the thousandths column. But now I need to put my decimal back, and I have a choice. I can either put a 0 here, or I could leave it without, but either way my value doesn't change. My answer is 0.530 or 0.530, and again this little 0 at the end, we actually don't need it. It doesn't change the value. So my answer in its simplest form is 0.53. Okay, let's get a little harder. We're going to look at timesing and dividing by 100. And first question says 23.1 times 100. First things first again, put our number in the correct place. And this time I'm timesing by 100, so I now need to think about moving my digits not one, but 2 places up my place value chart. So again, we're coming left or greater up the place value chart, but I'm going to move them 2 times. Here we go, my 2 goes 1, 2, my 3 comes 1, 2, and my 1, 1, 2. But now I have this gap before the decimal, and I need to fill this gap, otherwise I won't have a complete number, so I'm going to fill it with a placeholder or a 0. Therefore, my answer to 23.1 times 100 equals 2,310. Okay, next is my division. I have 453.2. There we go, all ready to begin, and I'm dividing by 100, so this time I'm not going to move up the place value chart, I'm actually going to be moving down the place value chart. So how many times am I moving? Again, 1, 2 zeros in my 100, or a different way of thinking about it, 100 times greater is going to be 2 columns across. So I'm going to start with my 4, move it 1, 2, then my 5, 1, 2, my 3, 1, 2, and my 2, 1, 2. Very important that I don't forget to put my decimal back at this point. My decimal always stays on the decimal line. So my answer to 453.2 divided by 100 equals 4.532. Nice, let's start our hardest ones then. We have timesing and dividing by 1,000. First question says 8.71 times 1,000. So I'm going to put my 8.71 in the correct places. And now I'm timesing by 1,000. So hopefully we've caught onto the pattern. We've got 1, 2, 3 zeros in our 1,000. So I'm going to be moving them 1, 2, 3 places. Do the same to the 7, 1, 2, 3. Do the same to the 1, 1, 2, 3. And again, just like before, we have this blank column before the decimal, so we need to fill that in, and we're going to fill it with a placeholder. So my answer to 8.71 times 1,000 equals 8,710. Last but not least, 24.21 divided by 1,000. And again, we're moving 1, 2, 3 places. So let's begin. I have my 2 moving 1, 2, 3. My 4 will also go 1, 2, 3. Okay, but before I can move this 2, I can see already that I'm not going to have a column to move it into, so I'm going to create a new column, because remember, our place value charts can go on indefinitely in either direction, and this will become the 10,000s column. And I think I'm going to need another one for the 1 that's next to it. So I add another one as well, and this will become the 100,000 column. Now I can carry on. I'll move my 2, 1, 2, 3 places into the 10,000, and my 1, 1, 2, 3 places into the 100,000s. But again, I can see a small gap here next to my decimal, which I must fill with a placeholder. So my answer to 24.21 divided by 1,000 is 0.2421. And there we have it. That is everything you need to know about timesing and dividing decimals by 10, 100, or even 1,000. Things to remember: always start with your place value chart. When you're writing the numbers in, focus on the value of each of the digits to make sure you put them in the right column. And remember that when we're multiplying, we move up the place value chart to our left, and when we're dividing, we move down the place value chart to our right. To know how many columns we're going to move our number, we can simply look at our question, and if we're multiplying by 10, that is only one position: 100, 2, 1,000, 3. And that number corresponds to the amount of zeros that are in the question. Okay, so here are a few questions for you to work on. Build your own place value chart and put your answers in the comment section. I'm going to mark them all. Okay, hopefully this video has been helpful for you. If it has, subscribe to the channel. But for now, peace out.